altcoins again. So you want to have a look at ORDI. You're very hot on the BRC20 tokens, aren't you?
I got in there from the start, and there's a couple of guys in the group who are just absolutely brilliant at they're living and breathing BRC20s, and they are really putting some serious effort in as far as knowledge, and they're actively buying several of these coins. And ORDI's not even come to its first birthday yet. It was the first BRC20 token, and its use case is just to store images, NFTs, art on, and who knows what it'll achieve in the next couple of months to years. But it's just had a fantastic start, and I like the chart. I like what it's done, and I think that hopefully that there'll be another run to come. It's
Yeah.
still got some downside, in my opinion, and I do think it's got a really bright future ahead of it. It couldn't have launched at a better time for
Mm-hmm.
what Bitcoin's at the moment. And for me, these are my plays for my more risky plays that I'm invested in. Very lucky. I bought ORDI from day one, and I DCA'd. I just bought it religiously every week. I just bought
Yeah.
4, 8, 12 of them a week. Nothing great, just carrying on buying it. And now I'm sat in a really nice position with it.
Mm. It has been, it had this accumulation area and then markup, this little reaccumulation and then markup. This is quite distributional now.
Yeah.
But I mean, it has already come back quite a lot, currently 40%. And in terms of fib, it's making its way down here to the 0.5, which is this level here. So
Yeah.
I would, this would be a key. I would buy more if it came back down here, and I would be quite confident it would turn around and maybe recover. But if it does go back down, you are looking at these levels. I mean, could it come back down to here? Could. But a lot of it depends on what happens with Bitcoin here. I am feeling Bitcoin may come back down and retest the lows it had when the 38, maybe a little bit lower. But is it going to go any lower than that? I'm not sure. The jury's out with me at that, but I think it might. I think it might hold. So if Bitcoin can sort of like hold on, it gives the altcoins more time to stabilize and recover, and maybe even begin to rally again. So, but yeah, so this is the area you're looking at next.
Yeah, I've got buys that, and then below, I'm gonna treat it in exactly the same fashion as I accumulated before. Doesn't hold that support. The likelihood is it's going down to 27. To be honest with you, I think. Yeah, it'll quickly get down to that. It will be a free fall. You'll know. You'll know if it breaks that support, then it is going down. There's nothing holding it at all. Tricky one. So I'm patiently waiting, and I think I will set a couple of like strong buys at 27 to 30, because I think it will rally very hard from there. It's new. It's volatile. There's a coin that I want to look at. In a couple of minutes. It's called RAY, and when you initially see how that launched onto the market, the volatility would just it was. Yeah, and look at this. So just up, down, it just, they fall so badly.
What we'd say in a lot of trading, say it will come down the way it went up. And that's why it's good to have something that slowly, it grinds up because it's building support, so that when it falls, there's more support. That's what we talk about. So here, it just went up and up and up. So that's why we're saying if it falls down here, just go back down to this area. Likely, there's never any guarantee, but it's just that is very, very common that to happen. That's why we're looking at this area proved itself as support. I'm hoping it'll prove itself as support here again. And if it doesn't, then there's more bargains to be had, because I would also be quite bullish on ORDI, because it's easily available. Some of the other BRC20 tokens are a little more tricky to buy. Like we move on to TRAC.
Oh, that's a nightmare to buy. Absolute nightmare. But I'm still accumulating again. lucky entries at 19 cents for this coin, and so
Yeah.
it's given most of it back, but it's trying to get a fill on it. I mean, if you're in the UK, you can't use Gate. I use Alex, and I'm using Polonex. How would you say it? Polonex.
I don't know.
That launched with TRAC just a few weeks ago. So
right.
I'm in there trying to get some buys filled. I'm starting to buy into this again now, but we'll just have to see. It's car crash.
It has had this like what I call is quite textbook distributional pattern, where it makes these like big sort of up thrust up, and it goes back down to this trend line. As soon as it breaks this trend line, you're looking to see, is it going to recover? It didn't, and it just went back down to the next support. So it is sort of holding here, but this is like over 50% retrace already. So again, if this breaks down, you're going around this level again.
Yeah.
It does have a good chance of holding here, I think. Again, a lot of it comes down to what happens with the rest of the crypto market.
And thing is as well, like it sort of doesn't matter what price it is on the chart for because the liquidity is so low. You just have to put your buy in where somebody's trying to sell.
Okay, yeah.
In the hope that they get their sell fill and you get their coins, and it might be at 289, it might be at 370, it might be at 4. The price is just all over the place with this. So for somebody who's not a trader, and it is, just don't go in there and set a market buy, because you will get totally ripped off. Just be really cautious with this coin. There's so few of them as well. It's got a very, very low supply as well. It's 21 million that's supply wise. I know ORDI's 21 million. So there will be quite a scarce coin. So you might see that one coin gets to like quite a large value. It's not all about owning a full coin. It's like your position is just look at it in a cash sense. But yes, the TRAC could be quite the superstar of this, the BRC20 world. I believe in like just four of them at the moment. It's like ORDI, definitely. TRAC Sats, which I own very little of, and could be meme, could do well. Number 4's out there for the jury's out on number 4.
The RC20, but okay, let's move on to PYTH.
Yeah,
I don't even know what PYTH is. What is PYTH?
It's a sol alt, and that's as much as I know about it. It's working off the Sol platform, and it's one of many that are just brand new and launching daily. There's so many of them. There's a couple of strong ones that I've got wrote down that I think are interesting. definite affinity, PYTH, shadow, Jupiter, Nasana, honey, neon. They're like orca,
Okay, yeah.
just
So many. I
yeah.
put a little bit of orca on this tip.
Yeah, orca's good, strong.
We can't use orca exchange in the UK.
No.
So, but yeah. So, what to say about the PYTH chart?
There's not a lot you can say.
Just go on, just go
that,
on. Yeah. I'm on the 6R chart, and I would just just use the EMAs. But on a chart with like very little history, it is more difficult. On the 6R, it has reclaimed the EMAs. The EMAs are now all in a good alignment. Like, so the 9's about the 21 is about 55, so it's good, bullish, and price is bouncing off the 55, so it's respecting the 55, so it's good. This is also very, very good. So whereas here you can see how price has been rejected, but 55 is being sold every time. So it's good because it does mean that you can then start to maybe more rely on the EMAs to kind of guide you. So far it does look quite, reasonably good. I mean, it is coming up to resistance. So if you did buy around here, you'd be looking what's it going to do once it gets here. Let's be careful. You're really looking for it to get above there.
this is one coin I'm just looking to buy a couple of $100 off and just sit on it for several months.
It's just a small cap.
It's not that small. No, it's
Okay.
it's not as small as like Affinity is. It's tiny at the moment. Trading values that like horrific. It doesn't take much to move it. Whereas this one, it has been listed on KuCoin, so it's easy to buy. So I quite like the fact that this one was easily accessible, because not everybody's buying Sol to move it to Jupiter, to move it to Radium, and swap for these Sol altcoins. This one is you can have some exposure to the Sol alts by not having to go through the rigmarole of having to use Radium and Jupiter, which incidentally are easy as to use. They're just brilliant. Jupiter is phenomenal. It is so good. I mean, you can unlike Ray, you can just do your swaps and your farming and getting your pulls and things like that. Whereas we're Jupiter, you can trade, you can set buys, you can DCA, you can swap. It's so good. It is, and it works, and it's fast, and it's cheap. It's mind-blowing. It's really good.
Jupiter is one of the latest dexes built on Solana. I've used it as well. It is very, very good. I think it's very, very good, and it's very kind of pared back user interface. It just is so. I just think it's quite sleek and quite simple and just quite easy to use. And there seems to be good liquidity on it as well.
Yeah.
So
I think
it's really good. Yeah. And it's just great to see it.
It's so new.
The last something that works very, very well. So I think a lot of these, coins you're talking about here are starting to really gain momentum in the crypto space. You can see other YouTube influencers talking about these as well. So we picked these ones because they are starting to get a lot of attention. I mean, there's thousands upon thousands of cryptocurrencies, but these ones seem to get quite good attention. So we both own a little bit of PYTH. And it's very difficult to say what's going to happen next, but as the cycle goes on, we're sort of it's speculative buy.
Yeah, you're early days in this, and it is
very early days.
That's why I'm in it, because it's so early. It's very high risk, and if you spread, like you invest 1,000, 100, dollars on 10 of them,
Yeah.
you could get very, very lucky and get yourself like a huge amount of gains. And it's for me, that is worth the risk to do that. I did it last cycle, and I did okay. And this time I am really early in with some of these coins, and I just didn't want to get left behind. And just for sake of like educating yourself on how to use these platforms, Alex is a complete ball ache, but once you've got over that initial like head scratching, um you can you can use it. But with Jupiter it's dead easy.
Crazy,
You
yeah.
just need a phantom wallet, some sol, and off you go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really, really good. Okay, so let's move on to Ray. So is Ray the token of the Radium Dex? Is
Yes.
that, yeah, but the
and
Radium Dex
and
was something.
and it's like, this is the old boy, this is the
Yes.
absolute old boy of the sol alts. So Radium platform is super quick, dead easy to use. Again, you can farm sol on there, which is great, by using some non-heard of token. But also, again, the swaps are, are fantastic on there too. So you just load your phantom wallet up and you can use sol. You can trade Ray, you can swap Ray for other coins as well. So yeah, it's another great platform that's going to have a fantastic future. It's going to very much be, I don't know if you're in the long term that Jupiter and Ray will start to do different things, but it's just preference, which whatever you want to use, you can use.
Yeah. I mean, the Ray token had this amazing rally here. Was again, it had this like descending wedge sort of formation, and then it had this. It just took off.
Yeah.
Like over 1,000% move, and then it has retraced quite hard. It went the whole way down to 50%. Now it's for like around the 40%. Coming up to this key level here. I mean, it could easily come back down here again.
Yeah.
Again, after a massive run like that, you would expect a decent pullback and maybe even an area of consolidation. So it may go sideways for quite a while here, as people take profit and it's sort of like load up for the next run. But if you just look at where it's come from, like if Ray goes back to its all-time high, where
It's $17 or something daft like that. I think
I
it was
mean,
16.
on this, it's $7. Like every chart's a bit different. Not all charts have the full history. This is OKX, so even if it, I mean, I don't know. Do you think Ray's going back up to its all-time
If
high?
you go on Binance's chart for
Wow, look at this. 17.
17, yeah.
So that's another like 1,400%.
Yeah. And this is why I'm like, I hold Ray, because once that goes again, there's no to stop it. Once it gets back past about, like, I think it's 5, 6, you're off.
This is where we're talking about the price cycle, where the price goes up, distributes with this distribution, they're selling to weaker hands, strong hands sell to weak hands, and then price plummets, and then it goes down into this accumulation area. This is the scary area. You're thinking, why would I ever buy that? It's dead. It used to be $17. Now it's like $1. Why would I ever buy this? But people who understand, they buy, and then it is in the hope it is going to go back up here again. A lot of coins actually go way past their all-time high in the next cycle. I'm not saying this is going to happen to Ray. I'm not sure. A lot of factors go into that. But if it did, even if you were to buy from here, like, okay, you missed the $1, or you missed like the 10 cents. But even if you bought here and it did go back up here, it's like 1,400% move. So, and that's why some of these altcoins can be really good plays, but as you're saying before, just like a tiny amount of money, because it's a speculation, it's a form of, basically a form of gambling, really, isn't it? It's a highly speculative buy, but the RAY token is very useful because a lot of altcoins really have no purpose. Like they're basically completely useless. But RAY does have a use, you know, and you can use it on the Radium platform. You can use it for farming and liquidity pools. So that's how a lot of people buy it as well. So it's used and it's locked away.
If you DCA to this one, you're not going in willy-nilly. It's got future. It's of the riskier coins, this is less risky. I'm adding to this one as and when I can.
It has retraced quite a lot. It is close to like this key level. It could come down a little bit, but you know, it may not as well. It may just, I mean, it could easily come down like that. But so anywhere to around this general area, it really is a good buy. If you see Bitcoin taking a bit of a nosedive and this takes nosedive, then that's even just a better opportunity, really.
Yeah. You know, if Bitcoin drops 10%, these alts drop 20 to 30. They always tank harder, so it's much higher risk. But if you're in it for the long haul, then it's not a big hit to take. Not when you can see the gains that you could possibly
risk to reward in this one could be is quite good because you've seen what it can do in the past. Will it go back and do that again? Hopefully, you know, hopefully.
Absolutely.
Do you want to do Solana last but not least?
Yeah, look at the mothership.
Solana just did so well the last cycle, didn't it? You know, it just went crazy. I don't even know what did it start off as? 10 cents? I don't even know.
Oh, less. It were tiny. I can remember one at lads going, I had some, and he went, "This has got $1 writ all over it," and we were like, "Shut up! It's never going to get to $1. It's never going to get to $1."
Oh my gosh! And now they went up to like $258. And the thing is, you know, Solana has such amazing use cases. It's like it's so well, you know, used. It's just going from strength to strength. So the likelihood of going back and reaching this all-time high is actually yeah, I mean, and surpassing it by quite some margin is actually like very achievable for Solana, and it's very well used, well respected, solid layer one in Bitcoin space, one of the big players. So who knows where it could go this cycle.
Yeah. Oh, it's smashing ETH. It's smashing it. It's just, I mean, I've just been a fan of it for so long, and it's just amazing to see. Unless something drastic happens, it's got such a lovely future. And you see, that's the worst thing. Drastic things happen in crypto. It can and it does happen. So and you know, as bullish as I am on this coin, it don't go out my nerves taking over sometimes because it doesn't take anything to move a coin. Honestly, somebody could break wind in Australia and Bitcoin had fall 10 grand in last bull front. Honest to God, it was like, and it's same again. But just
I think that is a really, really good point. You know, we have seen cryptocurrency protocols collapse. I'll never forget Luna. You know, Luna was like the darling of the last cycle, you know, and it was just like a house of cards once Luna collapsed. May 2022, I think it was. Like the whole crypto space just fell apart, you know. So Solana is in an amazing position. It has every possibility of doing extremely well this cycle, but anything could happen. And if you know, if you see a lot of FUD about Solana and the FUD seems real, do exit your position. I think a lot of people you know, they keep holding and holding and holding and holding, and they can just watch their coin go from $300 to zero in a few days. So it is, I don't want to be all doom and gloom, because you know, hopefully Solana's solid, reliable platform. But you know, things do happen. But at the moment, Solana looks in a good position. It had it accumulated here, and then it had, this was FTX, and it suffered a lot, and then it had a big rally, went through this other long accumulation period. It spent a long time accumulating, and then it's had this another really, really big rally up to this this level. I think there has been quite a high likelihood it's going to hold here. Again, a lot of this comes out what Bitcoin does, but could just sort of like hold here. I mean, it might sort of consolidate a little bit, but then once it gets past here, up to these past levels here. So I think as this year goes on, Solana could make another move.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. It's like with the Luna thing, people had their coins staked. You got a 21-day unbonding period for staked coins on like all nodes, and like they just watched. They were powerless. They couldn't do anything. Like I have got some of my Sol staked, but it takes 3 days to get it out. Okay, I could lose a lot in 3 days, but like that's I'm not like, I'm not tying anything up of any great value into staking at not this point in time, because it's happened before and it can happen again, and I just don't want anybody to lose a fortune.
So that's it for this altcoin roundup.
Yes.